Mr. Speaker, along with Honourable Mr. Dunn, acknowledge the contribution by Amy Adams, and as our leader articulated yesterday, everyone in the House is conscious of the stress, concern that the families of that part of New Zealand feel, especially where the elderly are concerned or their children. So I want to follow on from my senior colleagues in relation to South Canterbury Finance. Today we've seen an example of yet again another corporate failure turning to the taxpayer to be bailed out. This, sir, from a party that has for a long time accused this side of the House, as being too socialist. Sir, let it not go unnoticed that there was an opportunity for the Treasury Minister, the Reserve Bank, and indeed the Prime Minister during his secret meeting with Mother Hubbard to have alerted the regulators and alerted themselves that to have continued the opportunity in an indiscriminate fashion for South Canterbury Finance to continue lending in dangerous, speculative ways and to have freed depositors, fresh ones, from the obligation of due diligence. This was a train wreck, sir, waiting to happen. So every time this side of the House, sir, is warned that there is no money, I'm going to take great relish, sir, in showing them that the chance that they squandered, the opportunity they had to pursue other options to shore up the position or to minimise the exposure of the taxpayer to this huge, catastrophic bailout, sir, was not taking. Well, sir, fortunately, the people who have put the money in there can sleep a little easier tonight because, no doubt, they are living close to where there's been a natural earthquake. But, sir, this scheme started in response to the global financial crisis. It started as a consequence of Ireland, Australia, and a variety of other international jurisdictions deciding to shore up their banks in a fairly unfettered fashion. And then, sir, our Reserve Bank, along with the government of the day, adopted a similar course of action. But that side of the House, sir, enabled fringe operators such as South Canterbury Finance to hop on board. And when, sir, they hopped on board, inadequate conditions were placed upon that organisation. And I suspect, sir, that the auditors, the valuers, the managers and the relevant regulators were asleep or were told to look the other way. So the reality is there were always other options rather than the New Zealand taxpayer be expected to continually bail out these companies where we will find there are egregious examples, sir, of wrongdoing. I'm told that the Chief Executive Officer, former Chief Executive Officer of that organisation, and I don't refer to the redoubtable Sandy Meyer either, but to his predecessor, is in distant climes. The name Mexico comes to mind, although I've just come back from the Pacific and I could recommend that he be sent to clean the sewage in Tarawa, in the Kiribati. So, but the key point is that the organisations that offer mezzanine finance, they do perform a valuable function in the economy. But when we, the taxpayers, are expected to bail them out in the face of existing regularities, sir, existing and no doubt mounting evidence that people were either delinquent or they chose to take a political route here. And the political route, sir, I'm sure the facts will eventually bear this out, was that the current government did not want to see a commercial option pursued. Sir, they didn't want to deal with people having to deal with the consequences of their own poor judgment. So this is a case, sir, where actually political triumphalism has overridden corporate discipline. Sir, this is a massive bailout, and it's very important, sir, and we are insistent that both the receivers, but the real masters here, not the receivers, act with haste to minimise our losses.
Honourable